Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. Happy Monday. Hope you're at it this week and going strong and empowering your clients to safely and effectively achieve their health and fitness goals. Real quick, because we got a lot coming up this week. Number one, we've got a live webinar this Saturday, partnering with our friends over at Fitness Fest. Jenice and I are each 90-minute webinar. I'm going to put the link next to this video. I should say my awesome assistant Mary will put the link next to this video once it's posted. And we're covering, in my session, we're covering how to use the proper principles, or I should say the optimal principles, for optimizing posture and movement. The principles being the ABCs: alignment, breathing, and control, so that your clients develop better length and also develop better strength. Because one of the things we hear about in the industry is, Dr. Osar, I really like your stuff, but I need to create more strength in my clients. I'm like, okay, so do we. Our clients need more strength, and they also need better length. So the important thing I want you to take home from this video, and really as I'm sharing with you the integrated movement system approach to posture and movement, is how to address your clients' the underlying causes of chronic tightness and or weakness, and why they can't safely and effectively accomplish their health and fitness goals, or what's holding them back, I should say. And part of it is their strategy. So if you're saying to me, hey, I just need to create more strength, show me how to get stronger, then I'm going to ask you about your strategy. And that's why, if you've been part of our community, thank you for being part of our community. We truly, truly appreciate you allowing us to share with you. And if you're new to our community, one of the things we stress is your system or your process, not your exercises. So when we talk about the process, is we have to do our assessments, you have to do your assessments as well, to help you identify your clients' non-optimal, suboptimal posture and movement habits, the very reason that they're having or experiencing chronic tightness or weakness, and or the inability to perform at the levels they need to and or want to. Because from your assessments, you then can start to develop a more optimal strategy using corrective exercises to help them create more optimal posture movement habits. So today I'm going to share with you one of our go-to corrective exercises for creating more length in the Latissimus Dorsi. And then I want to share with you a very simple way to strengthen them, but also an exercise that actually creates and perpetuates tightness in the lats. So remember that the goal of the lats, or I should say the functional role of the lats, is to do a couple things. One is to extend the shoulder. 2 is to adduct the shoulder, and 3 is to internally rotate the shoulder. That's great if everything else around the shoulder complex is working well. But what happens for a lot of our clients is they depress, they overly adduct, and they overly internally rotate their shoulders, and that oftentimes creates more issues for them, especially if they're doing bicep curls or tricep exercises or any exercise for that matter. So first you have to help your client create more optimal length. One of our go-to patterns, like I said, is some kind of supported position with a hip hinge. Because the great thing about this pattern is it allows you to get length and also create length not only through the lats, but also through the thoracolumbar fascia where the lats attach to, and the glutes, because the glutes also are attaching into the thoracolumbar fascia. So here's what we do. We align our clients, head and neck, thoracolpelvic cylinder. We place our hands on a surface, so a wall or a lower surface like this, so the bar height, and then we breathe in, and then we breathe out, and create a proper hip hinge, and lengthen through the neck, lengthen underneath the arms, maintain alignment and control of the thoracolpelvic cylinder, so we're getting length underneath the shoulder complex, because that's ultimately going to relate to what happens when I come into the overhead position. Because many of our clients will then do an exercise like this, like a tricep exercise. So they'll grab a dumbbell like this, bring it over their head, and they're like this right here. And what they're really doing is just keep that lat in a shortened position. So this is not a great pattern for a lot of your clients that have short lats or tight shoulders. So again, this pattern, the supported hip hinge pattern, is a great way to lengthen the lats to create more range of motion. If you still want to do the overhead sort of tricep extension, which we don't do with a lot of our clients because they don't have that prerequisite length, is we'll do a grip like this, so it's wider and they can keep their shoulders more open and aligned. So again, it's the same head, neck, and shoulder alignment thoracolpelvic cylinder alignment, and then they come over their head like this, and I can maintain better width across my shoulders as I'm doing my tricep extension, and that allows me to keep a relatively better shoulder position. But like I said, it's really not a great pattern for a lot of your older clients because they don't have that range of motion to get their arms overhead. So a better exercise for them is a lying tricep extension. Now let's go back to lats. What do we do for strengthening the lats? The incline row or suspension bodyweight row, great pattern for that. We like this because it works on the grip. A lot of shoulder stability comes from the grip, so you want to grip the handles really hard. So again, we start with the alignment, align and control the head, neck, and thoracolpelvic cylinder. Grip the handles really well. So this is my starting and stopping position right here. And now I just recline, and then I'll actually turn my hands so palms are up. So that's lengthening the lats. And now I contract through the concentric phase of the exercise pattern. Lengthen, and then shorten. Lengthen, palms up, and then shorten. So that way I'm working on the lengthening phase, the eccentric phase of the exercise pattern, and also the concentric phase, which is the strengthening phase. Actually, I should say they're both strengthening, but it allows me to create and maintain the length I created through my corrective exercise strategy. So the myofascial release, the supported hip hinge, and the other additional corrective exercise patterns that I've used to set up the proper range of motion. And that's how you start to layer on the strength that your clients need to develop optimal function and, more importantly, feel better, move better, and perform at their greatest level. So if you enjoyed this session and it made sense to you and you're looking to learn more, check out the link next to this video. Like I said, Mary will post that after this video is over. And this Saturday, Jenice will be doing an entire session on the female core and how that relates to the shoulder complex, because a lot of the shoulder complex issues, or issues with the shoulder complex, are directly related to what happens through the core. And then I'll be discussing how do you develop an optimal strategy of assessment, corrective exercise, and how to progress this into the functional patterns that you're using to help your clients perform at their best. And again, the goal is to help you become that specialist for your current clients and attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. This is Dr. Evan Osar. Check out the link next to this video. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday. Make it a great week. Go out there and let's empower our communities. Let's lead our communities and be that go-to specialist that our clients need. Make it a great day. We'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them next to this video. I'll answer all questions later on today. Take care.